Good morning students, this is your biology class and today we are going to start a new topic. We are going to learn different types of reproduction in plants and animals. In previous lectures we have studied about reproduction, different types of reproduction, that is sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. We have studied about fission. Fission is the simplest type of asexual reproduction which is seen in many unicellular organisms. What is unicellular organisms? The organisms which carry only single cell, that is called as unicellular organisms. When the two individuals are formed during the fission, the process is called as binary fission. We have learned this. We have also seen the example of amoeba, how amoeba was dividing into two different cells. It was forming a longitudinal tubules. Sometimes, particularly during unfavorable circumstances, the protective cell coat of the cell wall cyst produces around the cell. Then the cell divides many times within the cyst, produce many daughter cells. This is called multiple fission. See in the diagram, this is a cyst and there are so many. They are dividing different times. See, so this is called as multiple fission. What is budding? We have seen the example of budding in Hydra. The formation of bulb-like projection on the body organisms is called as budding. We have seen this in previous videos. Now, fragmentation. What is fragmentation? Some organisms such as Spirogyra, algae flatworm divides into two and more fragments upon maturity. These fragment pieces grow into new individuals. Spore formation. Spore formation is usually seen in unfavorable conditions. These are seen in mosses, ferns and meadews. Some bacteria of lower forms of life, spore formation take place. It is a resting state which the cell is protecting by the thick wall. Unfavorable condition of heat or dryness. Again, when the conditions are favorable, the wall breaks upon and bacteria reproduce to grow in the usual fashion. That is called as spore formation. The spore is formed in that. See, these are the spores. This is called as sporangia and dispersing of the spore. See, these spores are dispersed and this sporangia burst and spores are dispersed. So by this process, this is called as spore formation. By this formation, the rhizopus, mosses and ferns reproduce. Regeneration process. It is also mainly seen in Hydra. What is regeneration? In organisms like Hydra and flatworm, an entire organisms can grow from certain pieces of the cell. See in the diagram, from the certain piece of cell, the entire organisms are growing. So this process is called as regeneration. These are only found in few animals. This is called as regeneration. Now come on, vegetative propagation. What is vegetative propagation? Many plants can reproduce by growing new plants from a single parent. When a new individuals are reproduced from parents of mother plants such as root, stem or leaves with the help of reproductive organ, it is known as vegetative propagation. See the example of this leaves. See, these are the plants growing from the leaves. This is Bryophyllum's leaves and these are the plants growing from the leaves. So this is the example of vegetative propagation. Strawberry plants, from example, long stems from which young plant can grow. A piece of stem cut from the matured part. See the piece of plant cut from the matured part. This process is called as cutting. It is put in the soil. And it becomes a new plant. This vegetative reproduction is seen in potato, iris, rose plant can reproduce by this method. The plants can grow like the side roots or runners in the strawberry plants grow over the soil. See, these are the runners growing over the soil. They have buds which grow a new plants. These are the buds which grow new plants. Then the runners die. After some time the runners die. The leaves I have given you the example of Bryophyllum leaves. These plants are grow from the leaves only. See, the eyes on the potato sprout. You have seen potato sprouts. The eyes on the potato sprout. The eyes on the potato sprout. See, these are the eye sprouts that grows into a new plant. These are the sprouts, and this is how they grow into new plants. See, and in under favorable conditions, the rhizomes such as ginger produce from new plants. See, these are the ginger plant, and they also reproduce through the plant. They also reproduce new plant. The corms separate from each other and form new plants. So vegetative propagation and all of these are the example of natural reproduction. Now man-made methods are also there of asexual reproduction, that is grafting, cutting, layering and tissue culture. All these are these are called as artificial propagation. So first we will learn about grafting. What is grafting? In grafting, a cutting of desired plant called cycon is kept over stalk of the other plant. See, it is kept over, the cycon is kept over the stalk of the other plant. The stalk is a portion of the stem which has extensive root of the stem system. See, this is the root of stem system. Both of these are tied up. See in the diagram, both of these are tied up. The tissue of the cycon and the stalk join together and form a new plant. Using the practice of plant, desired quality and fruits are obtained. Many varieties of mangoes are produced by grafting. This method is useful because these plants can be very difficult to grow from seeds. So this process is taken by a man, that they cut the cycon and stalk part of the plant and they joined them. They tied them with a cloth or cutting. In this, the healthy and mature plant of a plant is cut and placed in moist soil. See, as shown in the diagram. In cutting method, a healthy and matured branch of a plant is cut and it is placed in a moist soil. It gives rise to roots and then grows into a new plant. Care is taken by choosing the branch of the seed cutting that it should bear leaves, buds. See, it is bearing buds, because through buds only the new plant grows. The cutting mode of propagation can use to grow sugar see, and from this buds these leaves are grown and the new plants are grown. So this cutting or propagation can be used for grown sugarcane, rose plant, cactus, etc. These allow to produce many plants from one plant without waiting for new seeds and flower. So this make the process easy. Without waiting for the new seeds and flowers, they grow from the same existing stem. They cut the stem, they place into soil, and they take care that buds should be there. So these are the buds. From the buds only the new plants grows. Next is layering. In this method, a branch of plant is bent towards the ground and covered with moist soil. After some time, new root emerge from the branch and produce a new plantlets. As seen in the diagram, see, this is bent towards the ground, and after some time the new root emerge from the branches. See, the new roots are emerging from the branches and the new plantlets grow. These plantlets are separated from the parent and then made to grow a new individual plant. This method is used to develop new plants like jasmine, rose, etc. Next is tissue culture. In tissue culture, a piece of tissue cut off from the growing tip. See, this is shoot tip. It is cut off from the growing tip. The cells of the tissue are separated and kept in nutrients medium. See, these are the nutrients and it is kept in nutrients medium. The medium contains hormones that makes the cell divide from small group of the cells. The cell grows and it divides from the small group of the cell. Then the group of cells grow from roots from a plantlets. The tiny plantlets moved in another medium. See, these are moved in another medium. They contain hormones and encourage to grow the shoots. All such experiments are carried out under control from the condition where is infection free. Using these techniques, hundreds of plants are propagated from just one parent plant. See how this method occurs. In this method, the piece of tissue is cut off. This is the piece of tissue, it is cut off. It is separated and kept in the nutrients. These are kept in the nutrients from this cell of the tubes, and then cell grows. They divide. The group of cell roots which form a plantlets, pieces of the cell that form the plantlets, and then it moves in the another medium that contains hormones. It encourages to grow the shoots. All such experiments are carried out in the favorable condition, in the condition where the infections are not there. Using these techniques, many plants are propagated from just a single parent cell, because only single parent cell is required here. So this is very useful for plants. This culture is used widely. Now, vegetative propagation of the plants. What is the advantage of vegetative propagation of the plant? Vegetative propagation for growing many farms and gardens plants has following advantage. Number 1, new varieties of plants having required characteristics can be developed through vegetative propagation. As we have seen in cutting and tissue culture process, that new plants are required characteristic can be developed. We have seen the example of layering and grafting. In the grafting, the two plants are cut and the cycle and the stalk are placed together. They are tied. That process is very useful. The new plants will be exactly like parent if they grown under the same condition. Any desirable feature of the plant will be replicated. They grow exactly same as the parent plant. Fruit trees grown from seeds may take many years before they start to bear fruit. These trees, when grow from cutting or by grafting, start to bear fruits after only few growing seasons. See, if we will wait for the seeds, it grow for many years. After so many years, when the fruit will grow, then the seed will come, and then the process. So this takes so many years. But by the method of cutting the branches, cutting the stems, by the method of cutting, grafting, they start to bear the fruits after several seasons only. Plant propagation widely used need the less attention in their early stages than those plants which grown from the seeds. Why the plants grown from the seeds need more attention? Because they need water, warmth, sunlight and other favorable condition, and it is also cured by insecticide and pesticides. So plant propagation vegetatively used need less attention in early stages, because they are already placed in infection-free places. Some cultivated plants do not produce seeds, they can only be propagated vegetatively. Bananas and pineapples are the example of such plants. They cannot reproduce from the seeds, they are only propagated vegetatively. So students, in this video we have learned about different types of asexual reproduction. In other videos, in our next video, we will learn about sexual reproduction in plants and animals. Take care. Thank you.